The story of the two gardens, trial of wealth. Why do some people suddenly go bankrupt or face adverse financial hardships? And when they do, what is their perspective about their loss? Does a believer's spiritual well-being have anything to do with his financial status? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Ghani, the self-sufficient and owner of treasures of the universe, did not leave any ambiguity in the life of a believer. A 13-verse long story was revealed in the Holy Quran in Surah Al-Kahf. It revolves around a man blessed with the ownership of two exquisite gardens that surround him with the fitna, trial of wealth. What did the wealthy man believe? The rich man was blessed with gardens that brought forth full produce all year long. It meant that the gardens had been protected from unfavorable weather, the crops from diseases and infection, and shortage of water. The scene shows how the harvest was being picked, and now it was time to convert it into hard cash. There were scores of employed men all around, attending efficiently to their tasks. The rich man was overcome by his success and initiated a conversation with his friend. The owner of the two gardens falsely believed that all the wealth he had earned was due to his own effort and good fortune. Furthermore, he was better than his not-so-privileged friend in comparison, who had no gardens at all. The rich man committed zulm upon himself by interpreting the temporary gain as permanent, that which would remain forever. Next, he also denied the Akhirah by assuming that the day of judgment would not be established. Even if it did, Allah would again grant him the very best as he deserved it. Both friends had a different worldview. The rich man's friend was a devout believer. He gave a reality check to his rich friend by stating that every human was created by despicable water. It was Allah who honored him as his creator, Al-Khaliq, and sustainer, Arab. The poor friend highlighted the rich man's mentality of entitlement, who was taking credit for all his worldly blessings and achievements. He also admonished the rich man that the real stance should have been that whatever Allah will happen, man could only make efforts. Nobody had power or control over the results except for Allah. If today the rich man had a higher share in children, men and material, Allah could grant even more to the poor man by his fazl. It was not a jealous comparison, rather optimism and hope of a slave from his Lord. Destruction found its way to the rich man's garden. His wealth, children, manpower that were once his idols were lost. He realized how he committed shirk with Allah by not acknowledging that it was his Lord who had granted all and was the true owner who could take it back any time. What was the lesson? Interestingly, the story mentions no names or age groups of the two friends. That is because the Holy Quran narrates essential lessons for the benefit of mankind. It does not carry any irrelevant information. A slave of Allah does not forget or forsake Allah. His reliance is only upon Allah. Those who rely upon wealth and materials fall into disbelief. Our ultimate wali is Allah. He is the protective friend. Victory only comes from Him. He is the owner of all the resources and riches we witness in the world. Someone's worldly status does not reveal if Allah is pleased with him or not. Wealth is not an indicator that one is Allah's favorite. Similarly, poverty does not imply that Allah is not happy with someone. The standard is faith, Iman, and righteous deeds, Amali Sualeh, that make a person dear to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Likewise, Allah grants temporary ownership in the world to whom He wills, according to His perfect knowledge and wisdom. Nobody can question Him. Also, His blessings can either be a test or a reward or even a punishment. Lastly, through this story, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the parable of the temporary world to the permanent hereafter. The ultimate life is in the hereafter, where the perfect and delightful Jannah awaits every believer.